The allure of the trading floor is there for everybody who works in an organisation like that. It's where I wanted to be. It's probably where I'd always aspired to be since I'd worked within the banking and the finance world. Masters of the universe type of stuff. It's where I wanted to get to. Success was very important to me, and that's where I wanted to be at.
The Chancellor has ordered an inquiry into the collapse of Britain's oldest merchant bank.
The Barings collapse shakes the markets. The trader who blew the bank's capital...
The man who broke Barings with $1 billion gamble is on the run tonight in the Far East.
It's important for me from the beginning to try and put into words what that episode really means to me. I mean, I grew up wanting success. However much success I got, I always wanted more, and I always thought there was something else that I could achieve. So when I look back on that period and genuinely am asked to tell you what it means to me, the only thing that I can describe it as is the most embarrassing period of my life. So I'm certainly not here to glorify that, because it is the complete opposite of anything that I would have wished to achieve.
Nick Leeson, are you surprised that these scandals keep on happening?
I always am. I mean, the most recent scandal shocked me extremely. I know how incompetent and negligent I was during my time in Singapore, how incompetent and negligent the bank was. And each scandal is described as the wake-up call that nobody should forget, but they occur far too frequently. There have been many rogue trading scandals. There's one that's going through the courts at the moment here in the UK. There's probably been far too many to mention. The first thing that usually happens when there is a rogue trading scandal is my phone starts ringing. Primarily it's my friends phoning to see where I am. Or it was for a while, and then it's the newspapers phoning me to see whether I have any empathy with the individual that's caught up in the scandal. I have no empathy. I knew what I was doing was wrong. I knew it was wrong from the beginning. I knew that I shouldn't be doing it, but continued all the same, and therefore have to accept full responsibility for everything that happened to me during that period. I believed that one day I would be able to resolve the situation and move on from it. So there's a degree of stubbornness within that. There's a degree of compulsion. There's so many different things. I mean, there's a human element in everything, and it's the human element that more often than not needs to be controlled. I left Singapore on February the 23rd. 1995. Why that day? It was the first day in 3 years that anybody had done a position check. When they did the position check, there was a huge difference, which was the illegal 5/8 account. The 5/8 account was 85% of the trading that I was doing, so it wasn't exactly hidden. It was a glaring difference. So when they did the position check and asked me why the positions didn't agree, I had no answer. So I did what anybody would do and ran away. I woke up on the 25th of February, went down into the newsagent and picked up the Asian Wall Street Journal when the headline was British Bank Collapses. My immediate thought was, that's great, somebody's in more trouble than me. At the core of every financial scandal, there are poor systems, poor controls and poor processes in place to make sure that the risk is mitigated. I have absolutely no doubt about that. As I said to you from the beginning, there was nothing meticulous or planned out. The 5/8 account, the illegal trading account, and I found this out afterwards, it was on the trade feed continually for the 3-year period of illegal trading. The trades would come from the Singapore International Monetary Exchange. I'd receive them in the office. I'd manipulate the data as much as I possibly could. I'd change the prices. I changed the account designation, I changed the volume that we traded as well, and then the trade feed would be sent back to London. When the liquidators were doing their investigation into bearings, they found that that data was received every day into Portsoken Street, just down the road, or America Square, latterly, and an IT professional didn't recognise the account number, so it was thrown out as an exception, and every day for the 3-year period, he very painstakingly deleted every single one of those trades. I'd worked for Morgan Stanley previously. I would have survived less than 24 hours. The positions didn't agree for virtually a 3-year period. If at Morgan Stanley the positions don't agree, you don't trade. It's plain and simple. And that simple computation, which a 6-year-old could do, wasn't done throughout the 3-year period. So the information, and I know we live in an era now where there are so many social networks. I believe that the information is always there. It's just whether or not you choose to use it and investigate it and understand it well enough to investigate it fully.